Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to go over the over-unders for the AFC North. The first team we're going to start off with here is the Pittsburgh Steelers at an 8.5 over-under. Now if you happen to see my video last year, I predicted that the Pittsburgh Steelers would be over 7.5 games last season, and that bet did not look like it was going to come through, but it ended up coming up through. It ended up being a lock. The Pittsburgh Steelers ended up getting it. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season in his NFL career, and I don't think this year will be the same year either, although the total is one game higher, so they have to win at least 9 games for this. And I do think Kenny Pickett will improve. He was pretty much one of the worst quarterbacks last year when it came to the stats for starting quarterbacks, but he ended up still getting them to at least 8 wins. So I will be taking the over on the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. The next team is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, with the over-under being at 10.5. Now, as long as Joe Burrow stays healthy, I don't see why they can't hit this mark. And the reason I think they can get over this is because they have the best trio of wide receivers in the NFL. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and they have a great defense. So with those things in mind, I think that they can get the over because of that. The next team up is the Baltimore Ravens, with the over-under also being at 10.5. Now, this team has great coaching, good quarterback, has the best wide receiving core that Lamar Jackson has ever had. So it just screams that this is going to be a great team. And I truly believe that this team could be. The 10.5 mark, I think that they could hit that, but I am going to pick the under right at 10-7. So I think I'm going to miss it by half a game. And the reason is because I'm always worried about Lamar Jackson's health, the way he plays, the running game that he has to do. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. I think he's a great quarterback. But I'm worried that the way he runs so much, that he could get injured because of that, and that's one of my biggest concerns about him. The very last team we have is the Cleveland Browns at 9.5 games. No matter what the Cleveland Browns do, it seems like if they do everything right on paper, it still just kind of falls apart on them. And the sad thing about the Cleveland Browns is that I think if they were in a different division, they could thrive, even win those divisions. But the problem is that they got to deal with the Cincinnati Bengals, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Pittsburgh Steelers every single year, so they look worse because of that. At the end of the season last year, Deshaun Watson was 3-3, and he didn't really get a ton of practice reps with the Browns at the time, but he really didn't look that good when he was playing with them. And hopefully he can shake off some of that rust. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Browns get just shy of this and hit 9 wins. I think the Browns are still going to be a good team. Like I said, everything on paper looks good. It's just the history of the Cleveland Browns cannot leave my mind on how they just keep getting things going over and over. Bad. It's a factor of sadness. I can't get over that. It's like they're cursed. It drives me nuts. I feel bad for the Browns fans. But I unfortunately am going to go with the under here. What do you guys think? Who's your over-under for these teams? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next tunnel. Ready, break!